Hi everyone, Jess from Dove Computer Solutions here, and today we're going to be doing a camera comparison of the Lumia 640XL and the Lumia 535. We did a full review comparison of these devices, which there's a link to in the description so you can check that out. But for now, here's the cameras on these two fantastic phones to compare. Let's start by talking about the specs of these two devices. The 640XL has a big 13 megapixel sensor on the rear facing camera with an LED flash, and it has a perfectly average 5 megapixel front facing camera, which is nothing to get excited about, but I think it's the standard. It's paired with Zeiss optics and is capable of shooting 1080p video, which is great to see on a budget Windows phone. The 535 has a 5 megapixel sensor on both the front and the back of this device. It's only capable of shooting 480p, so on paper you may have already made your mind up on which one's the winner. Having said that, the interface on these devices are definitely one of the best I've seen out of all phone cameras. On starting up the camera application on the 535, you're presented with the standard camera mode, which is set to auto mode by default. It has an easy access to video mode and smart sequence mode, which takes 10 shots and automatically picks out the sharpest one for you, which is nice to have. What I love about this interface is how you can manage every setting before taking the picture so that you don't have to edit it afterwards. For example, you can easily change the white balance, focus, ISO, shutter speed and brightness from this extension, which gives you so much control. Or you can just go into the drop down bar and choose more options like flash settings, auto mode, night mode or sports mode. For even more control, you have easy access to different lenses that you can get, like Lumia Selfie and more from the Windows Store. You can also adjust the timer settings, aspect ratio and framing grids for the extra help getting that perfect shot. It also comes with tutorials built in to help you make the most out of the camera, even if it is just 5 megapixels. The only real difference between the two interfaces I found was that there wasn't a shortcut to the smart sequence mode in the 640XL, but there was a shortcut to the access to the front camera, which was well needed from the 535. However, the 640XL does have the living images effect that is essentially the live photos feature on the iPhone 6s, so that's a plus. Here's a few examples of the 1080p 640XL and the 480p 535 footage. Despite both devices having a 5 megapixel sensor, the higher resolution of the 640XL gives cleaner and much crisper results, as you can see in the trees and background. As neither of these phones have stabilisation, I thought it would be good to test out both whilst I was walking. I found that both were very shaky, which was to be expected, but the only clear difference between them both was again due to the resolution. Images just look brighter and colours seem to pop. Having said that, the colours on the 535 look truer to life than the 640XL, that tends to oversaturate colours to give that sharp result. The 1080p gives a fantastic contrast, making everything clear, while still getting the focus right every time, whereas the 480p tends to dull everything down and looks washed out. Having said that, you can still get some really nice results that can easily be edited in editing software afterwards. All of this footage was shot on auto mode to see how phones reacted to different shooting conditions. So changing the contrast and exposure in the fantastic interface before taking images will help get that perfect shot. The biggest difference to mention is that the 640XL lets you change the settings in the interface while still recording in that 1080p, giving you control if shooting conditions change, whereas the 535 doesn't give you as much control. So if you're wanting to get a brilliant budget Windows phone, these are both great options. But if you want to get that extra resolution and control, I would definitely recommend investing just a little bit more money and getting the 640XL. That's all for now. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Thank you!